By the 1490s, Europe was experiencing a curiosity about the world. They wanted new technologies that would lead to the creation of new maps, such as this one right here, you see in your slide, and navigation. Most superpower countries in Europe, including Spain, England, France, and Portugal, searched for glory, most especially gold and silver. Now, in Asia, here, you'll see that in this area of the world, they were looking for other resources, such as silks and spices. But the exploration also included the exposure to religion, being a Catholic and a push to become a Protestant. Columbus, however, impressed Queen Isabella and King Ferdinand of Spain with his voyages. Now, he impressed them especially with the gold. And what he did was that he basically brought all these resources, but they feared that Portugal would interfere, right? Portugal, geographically, faces the Atlantic, and it is an active country in overseas exploration. It has a stronger army and a navy, and for the most part, geographically also, the equal divide between Spain and Portugal unduly favors Spain. So they signed a treaty that would give Portugal a land from the west. The treaty would be formalized geographic land ownership called the Treaty of Tordesillas, which was signed in 1494. Now, this gave Portugal the massive land of Brazil. Now, take a look at this a little bit. Here we have Portugal, and as you see geographically, they have all of this section, okay, that would open them to explore here in North America, here in the Caribbean, and here in South America. So what did they do with Spain? That Treaty of Tordesillas basically gave them the opportunity to explore here, the big chunk of South America, okay, the eastern part of it, which is Brazil. Now, the Spanish conquistadores were mostly working in the Caribbean islands. Most of them have their own slaves, but most of them really worked all day as well. They worked really hard, long hours, 10 to 15 hours, etc. But one thing that happened in America was that the conquistadors from Europe carried diseases, and this killed and devastated a lot of the Indian populations who had no immunities against many viruses. Now, the Spanish conquistadores in the early 1500s decided to take some interest of the American mainland. In 1513, Vasco Núñez de Balboa, you see him here holding a cross, from Panama became really the first European to see the Pacific Ocean as soon as he ended up in Panama. Then later, here you could see Juan Ponce de Leon explored Florida. But Juan Ponce de Leon did not find anything in Florida. So he decided that he would just take the land and basically declared Florida for Spain. From 1539 to 1541, Hernando de Soto led an expedition to the southeastern United States. There, Hernando saw Oklahoma all the way to Mississippi River. In 1540 to 1542, Francisco Vasquez de Coronado took an adventure from Mexico to crossing the Rio Grande through New Mexico, Arizona, Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas. While neither expedition discovered rich Indian civilization to plunder, both of them basically decided that, you know what, this will be an opportunity for Europe to increase knowledge to the interior of North America and asserted Spain's territorial claims to the continent. Now, this gives you a very basic understanding of the early exploration of North America as well as South America. So, take a look at this lecture again, and don't forget to review the questions.